Hey, fellow hikers, it's time for your TLC hiking weekly vid clip for the week of Monday, May 28th. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, happy Memorial Day, and thanks to all those veterans and military personnel, armed forces who have served or who are currently serving. We tip our hats to you and thank you for your service to protect our freedoms, and we respect you kindly for doing just that. Moving right into it, the Superstition Ridgeline hike yesterday. Amazing, brutal hike. Data recorded was 12.6 miles, 5,400 feet in total elevation gain, and it was 4 hours and 38 minutes of traveling time, 1 hour and 58 minutes of resting time. We did a lot of waiting up for our second and third group that were behind us, plus we were at the summit for 45 minutes. It's a wonderful hike, brutal hike, the most hardest hike I've ever done. Not the longest. As you know, you guys can add 20 miles to any hike and make it the hardest. But so going into something that's compacted with the brutality of that terrain and the elevation gain, it's the hardest hike I've done, and we've done it in such a short time frame too. Most people do that hike in 10 to 12 hours. We did it in 6.5 with our 2 hours of waiting around. So we were trail running in certain places. Some of the guys that had done that hike before, that went with a club that took them 10 or 12 hours, said this was a whole different level of doing something like this in that type of time frame at that pace. Thanks to all of those who attended that hike. You did a magnificent job to keep that pace. Even coming in 45 minutes or so after the front part of the group, you did a fantastic job. It was a precursor training session for the Rim to Rim that's to come up in 2 weeks. The weather was a blessing. We didn't get started until about 10 minutes till 5. So we didn't need any headlamps, so that was a blessing as well. Till we got up to the ridge line, the wind was howling. It was in the 50s in the wind chill, so it was chilly rather than hot. So that was awesome. Amazing day. The views were amazing. The camaraderie that you share when doing such a hike of that caliber with people are amazing. Pushing your body, yourself to a different level. Amazing. Bueno. It was muy bueno. Awesome. Incredible. Anyhow, moving on and getting into next week's hike, the Jug at Lower Salome. Best water hike in Arizona, in my opinion, other than Beaver Falls up in Havasupai. But that's kind of a different caliber to go up to Havasupai. But Beaver Falls would probably be my number one. But the Jug, oh man, 100-foot slot canyons, crystal blue water. It's going to be an amazing time. Now, 5.6 miles round trip. I'm only taking 2 liters of water. If anybody's wondering, water shoes are a must. I highly recommend something with a closed toe. Although you will see people there with just regular, like old-style Tevas that have open toe. I don't recommend that, but hey, each to their own. Bringing some snacks, so bring a dry bag, which you can pick up at REI or any sporting goods store. Bring a dry bag, wrap your food in the dry bag, amongst other things, maybe a camera, maybe your phone, things of that nature. And here is the most important thing about this hike is the 27-foot waterfall that we come to that is roughly right in the middle of the hike. It's in the middle of the canyon, and it's right in the middle of the hike. You have 4 options once you come to this spot. One, if you're not comfortable with it at all, look, I don't want you making any chances, taking any risk at all. Simply turn around and go back out the way you came in. Simple as that. It's not any longer to go back out. So simply turn around, go back out the way you came in. No harm, no foul. Option 2, rappel, which means bringing your own rappelling gear. And it's going to take longer. Rappels take longer, and the on the lookout, people may be asking you to borrow your rappelling gear or to help them rappel down as well. So know that. That's option 2. Option 3 is I will be bringing a climbing rope that I will be dropping down off the waterfall. A lot of people did this last year, is that they simply roped themselves down. Because of the rappelling line was so long, they just simply roped themselves down. It went a lot quicker. It is 27 feet. Option 4, jump. I will be jumping. I do ask, do not go ahead of the group. I'll get up to the waterfall. I'll show you how to maneuver out onto the rock, and then I'll jump. I can be the first one to jump if you'd like. It's not a problem. And then that way you can watch me maneuver out onto the rock, see how I do it. It's a little tricky on the maneuverability, but once you jump, it's 1 second. You're down in the water. You can't touch bottom, and your jump is over. You will be required to swim in this hike. After you traverse that waterfall, there are 3 lagoons that you will have to swim in. No, you do not have to be an avid swimmer. If you know me, I'm not a good swimmer, but I make do through those 3 long lagoons. Some people in the past have brought noodles from swimming pools or even a life jacket that weren't, didn't feel comfortable with themselves swimming, so they brought those things. That is fine as well. You want to bring sunblock. Bug spray. Did you hear me? Bug spray. Please make sure you bring bug spray. When you get there, you'll know why. I guess that is about it for this hike. Any questions or concerns, email me, text me, call me. I'd gladly help you out in more detail. I can't run this longer than 10 minutes. YouTube won't allow me to upload anything longer than that. Trying to get all these details jam-packed in. Safety is the #1 concern. If you are not comfortable doing this hike, do not come. Here's another thing. If you'd like to come, I anticipate there's going to be several more dropping out. So if you see that you're on a waiting list, sign up, put yourself on the waiting list. Contact me. I'll move you to the regular list. I can get you in. I just have to make sure that people understand what they're getting into, their experience level, etc., etc. Doing many more checks and measures this year regarding this hike. It's a very popular hike. You will feel like a kid the whole way through. You'll have a smile on your face. It'll be an amazing time. It's going to be an awesome time, but we do have to be safe. And that is about it, my friends. Have a wonderful Sunday. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. And we'll see you at the Fort McDowell Casino next Saturday at the Wolf C as in Charlie -3 area. See ya!